From what you saw to what you imagined is our topic today on Luminar Coffee Break. Less what we can accomplish in 15 minutes or less, starting now. Hello everyone, welcome. Now today's episode was inspired by one of my teammates at Skylum, Victoria. Shout out to you. She photographed in our private messaging system it's called Slack. And she posted, there's a channel in there for creativity, and she posted her favorite flowers that she was just photographing over the weekend. They were awesome. So what I love about my team is they're so passionate about photography. So imagine working with a company who are passionate photo enthusiasts and photographers creating software for photographers. It's a dream come true. So Victoria, thank you so much for the inspiration. And that made me think of this on my morning walk. Ready? I just finished my 5 a.m. workout, and the last part of my workout is a walk. I'm exhausted, my legs are shaking, and I come across this scene. I thought about Victoria. I saw these flowers. These are wildflowers that are native to Florida. And I don't know if I was lazy, but I stopped to photograph them with my cell phone. And I know people driving by must have thought I was crazy. But what was going through my mind was, don't photograph what you see. Photograph what you imagine it to be. So using my cell phone, and then of course Luminar Mobile, I just started shooting some shots. You know, of course, these are not award-winning photos by no means, but after a while, I'm like, oh, I started getting into it. And yes, what went through my mind was, well, I should come back with my regular camera and take photos. No, why would I do that? What I could do instead is take these snapshots, get creative with them. I can turn them into paintings, whatever I want. And if I really, really want to photograph these, I'll just buy them at the nursery, bring them in, because being a portrait photographer, bring them into my home and photograph them that way if I wanted to. But the point I'm getting at is, if something inspires you at that moment, take it with your cell phone. Do something to get the image, and this will remind you, well, okay, this is what I saw, but this is what I envisioned. And that's what I want to take you through on just some of the stuff that I looked at with this image and thought, what can I do? And by the way, I did use Luminar Mobile in the beginning. So I'm exhausted. To get my mind off of, I don't want to say the pain, but get my mind off of the endurance, I started working on it. By the time I got back into the gym and into the sauna, I already had my vision completed. All right. So let me show you what I did. And again, here it is with mobile. From the mobile, I brought it in. These are some other shots I did. Here we go. And then once I import that photo, what was neat, let's see if I can do it again. Yep. I'm going to import it. Here it is. What I do is you come over here, and then I can just pick up where I left off with my edits. There we are. So these were the edits that I started with on my mobile phone. Cross-device editing. And let's see the original. So here's the original down here. All right. And let's see what we just did. All right. So I enhanced it. Just did it real quick. It's not a raw file. So I just quickly did the enhancement. Add a little more detail to the image. Now I think I went a little heavy-handed. Let's see. Give it a moment. No, okay, it's fine. Now I went into develop. Now keep in mind, on my mobile phone, no, I can't mask and stuff. That's why you do the preliminary and then you bring it in. And so, okay, so that looked good. And I did a little more here. And then, of course, I finished it off with a vignette. All right? So that was fine. Well, let's come down here. And let's just start from scratch. All right. And by the way, yes, I did, just to play around, wanted to see what it would look like as a painting. All right. So here's the image, 9 by 16. I do want to start with a crop. So I want to know what I'm working with, and I know this is going to end up on social media, maybe Facebook. So I could do a 4:5 ratio, 4:3, or right down in here where it says Facebook cover, Facebook feed. I'll do the feed. Yep, there we go. And this would be good for Instagram also. All right, so I got it up, and then let's just, there we go. And I could have tried, a composition AI, but I don't think in this scene it really capture what I want. All right, so look at that. I like it so far. Now, we have it set. Yes, you could go through develop. Since I'm not using develop raw, I'm going to start with enhance AI first. Just let it improve color, detail, tone, and depth. Then let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going to bring down the blacks a little bit, the tone. Now I'm trying to get the flower. So right now I cropped it, got rid of all the distractions. Now what I want to try to do is put the focus on that flower. So I am going to increase the black tones to the white tones. Now here's the shadows. I'm going to bring it out just a little bit because in my mind, I want to try the new Bokeh AI with that blur tool. I really want to see what that's going to do for me. So I like what this is here. I am going to do something, because this shadow right here is a little bothering, but let's see. Nope, there's nothing I can do with it. So I'm going to leave it as is. Got it? And by the way, just this spot right up there is just bothering me just a little bit. There we go. All right, good. Now that I have it set, so I have the good base on where I'm going for. Now what I want to do is I want to blur the background a bit. So the new Portrait Bokeh, the Bokeh AI, which formerly was only for, it was originally strictly for portraits. Let me get down to it. Now we've included it to where it also works with other objects, flowers, pets, you name it, cars, whatever it is. So let's take advantage of it. So I'm going to apply it. Let's see. Right about there. I'm going to go to an extreme so I can see what I'm dealing with. And I like the geometric shapes here. All right, let's see. Ready? Before. Give it a moment to render. After. It's not getting me 100%. Oh, there we go. Right about there. Yeah, I like it right there. Good. So let's see it. Before, after, good. So I am bringing it closer. And you know what? While we're here, why don't we try the light depth tool? Let's see what that does for us. Oh, yeah, look at that. Good. And again, this is strictly, it's entirely up to you on how you want to apply it. I think right about here, I'm going to tone it down just a bit, though. Because I'm noticing around here, like watch, when we went a little too crazy, look how it starts to outline everything. It burns it. So right about here. All right. And you know what? I'm thinking soft, mystical. So let's go with the mystical tool. And here we are with the shadows. I could bring it deep, or I can just lift the shadows a little bit. I do want to bring the smoothness out. And then it's up to you here if you want to start colorizing a little bit more. I like a little more. Here, desaturate just a bit. Let's see, that's an extreme. Yeah, we're not going to go there. All right, that's about right about there is good. Yeah, look what that's doing for us. All right. And then I could tie it all in with a nice vignette. And let's finish it off right about there. A little too much. Okay, that's good. So I just darkened the edges just a bit. Now, I'm not liking what I did here. So let's see what tool caused that little, I bet you it was the light depth. Let's see. Yeah, it was the light depth. Look, see that? So I don't like this here. What I can do is brush, paint, erase. And let's see if we could just get rid of some of that. And I kept the strength a little bit lighter. I'm going to go full strength. There we go. All right, so I got rid of that. I don't mind around the rest of the flowers. Actually, right about here, it does bother me. There we go. You know what? So does that up here. That's what that does. All right, and I can just spend a little more time maybe outlining just a flower a little bit, so I don't have that edge that it was coming through. Same thing down here. And I can also, of course, just dial it back a bit. Oh, that looks good. All right, I like it. And then we finish it off. All right, so we went from something like this, where, I mean, people just walk by this every day. And then instead, you know, we just captured a couple shots and then completed the vision in Luminar Neo. Now I'm going to do one more. When I was in New Jersey for my buddy Bart, TNF camera, in front of their house, they had these flowers here, and there's a welcome sign. Now, my good buddy Mike Cabasi used to tell me, you know, you have to be careful when there's words in a photo. If it adds to it, by all means, you keep it. If it doesn't, get rid of it. And the purpose of it is people will start to try to read it. And if they're trying to read, let's say, graffiti on the wall, you have a beautiful car with a subject, and you have this graffiti on the wall, if that graffiti has nothing to do with that shoot, it's going to cause issues, because instead of them looking at what you want them to, they're going to try to read that graffiti. And in this case here, the welcome sign is cut off, so it's not an easy thing for them to read. So therefore, they're going to spend more time with that. Here's where we make a conscious decision. What do I do with that sign? I remove it out of the way, maybe crop it down, or this is what I was trying to get, but there was no way. I just wasn't getting what I wanted. So that's why I changed it, and then got one of these things here. But again, you decide, do I want that in the scene, or do I just take it out? And you can either take it out through erase, gen erase, or gen swap. That's entirely up to you. I'm just going to crop it right about here for now, just to make life easier. And this is what I saw in front of Bart's house. That's what I envisioned. So again, I can't stress that enough. Look past what you're seeing and think, well, what can I do? And sometimes when we photograph something so beautiful, like in Iceland, you're like, wow, that's amazing. Then you look at the back of the camera and you're like, wait a second. That didn't look like anything I just saw, because the emotion is there. That's where you start to work on your tools to get that down. All right? So once again, don't photograph what you see. This is what I saw. Photograph what you imagine to be. This is what I saw. In my mind, this is what I'm trying to capture. This is something that I saw that inspired me. All right? So I hope that was helpful for you. So when you get out there photographing, it doesn't matter if it's with your mobile phone, your camera, whatever it is, be inspired. Look at something, and in your mind think, well, what can I do to make this better? And sometimes there's a beautiful shot sitting in front of you, and you don't need to do anything except just a few little tweaks. All right? And by the way, I do have a little extra resources for you. See if I have it right here. Yes, I do. So these are some extra resources you're welcome to check out, and just take a screenshot of these. The first few was from the rebroadcast of what we did behind the shot with the workshops that we did in New Jersey, and then I also put in there a workshop that Angie Birmingham did. So I threw that in there for you too, but right there is a list that you could check out. All right? Well, if you're here, please stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment. For everyone else, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.